Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Martrich here with your outlook for December 22nd, 2015. And for the first full day of winter being today, certainly won't feel like it, not today or not this entire week, as we're going to get some impressive warming as we head through the week here. But that's going to be, we're going to go through a series of fronts here. All told, in the next 5 days, we're looking at 5 total frontal boundaries coming through. So a very unsettled period here. We're going to start off with the first one today. Area low pressure here moving up through the Great Lakes is going to bring a cold front through the area. This is going to be kind of dying as it comes eastward here, but dissipating, I should say. So we're not going to get a lot of precipitation in our coverage area here at all today, mainly through the mostly a morning deal here, but we'll go into the early afternoon, maybe even mid-afternoon here, closer to areas in our east to New Jersey. But the highest rain totals of just over 2 to 3 tenths of an inch will probably be across northeastern PA, closest to the area of low pressure. But everywhere else will probably be a tenth or maybe even 2 tenths of an inch of rain here. Not a whole lot to speak of. Moving just a little bit forward from this point here, we're going to go to the next frame. You can see what I'm talking about here, the greatest forcing up in this area heading into New York State. So just some spotty, sporadic stuff in between here. So we're looking at just a few showers up through the early afternoon hours. And then we're going to get some fog and areas of drizzle as well. Let's go over the damn high-res future simulated radar. Start this off at 6 a.m. and move this forward. You can see the heaviest rain here at this point is across northeastern PA, but everywhere else it's just a much lighter event. Not non-existent anywhere else, but we still have a just very light rain falling here, and then it just becomes more scattered here by the time you get to late morning this morning, and then it's going to be more hit or miss until the early afternoon before it pulls away. By the time you get to 4 p.m., the entire area is dry. So looking at a little earlier end time here across Pennsylvania, maybe a little bit later across New Jersey and Delaware. Going to back to the global models here, and going forward from this point, we see the system pulling away. We will have a dry spell here for the overnight hours. We'll have some fog to deal with tonight in most areas, and then we're going to have another warm front moving in from the south. This is front number 2. It's going to bring some areas of rain here from the south to north across our coverage area here, and that is going to be during the morning hours on Wednesday when that arrives. Continuing out throughout the day here, could be a little bit more rain with this one because this is a warm front, has a little bit more moisture to work with. So we might be approaching about a ½ inch, maybe even slightly more than that in some areas here. But again, not incredibly high amounts. And then that'll last into the early evening hours before this starts to become more scattered. And then we dry out into Thursday morning here, it looks like. But then we have some an area of showers or perhaps even a thunderstorm later in the afternoon here on Thursday with a cold front. Once that moves through, that'll settle off to the south. So that's front number 3. That same frontal boundary off to the south then will then move back north as a warm front, and that's going to come in here on Saturday and give us some more rain here with that, and that is going to kind of be draped over our area here for the day of Saturday. As that heads to our north here, it's going to go back down to the south here for front number 5 on Sunday, and this is going to be a cold front at this time as it moves down to the south. So a lot of fronts in and around the area, not moving very fast, not progressing very fast, but it's still going to give us an unsettled period here for the next 5 days. One thing we have to mention here, because this is, despite mostly cloudy conditions here on Thursday, you're going to have some serious warmth. Even Wednesday, we're going to get up into the 60s, but I think we're going to be well above record highs. I mean, record highs in these areas, these parts here on Christmas Eve, or most areas are in the 60s, mid 60s for record highs. We're going to be in the 70s and perhaps even mid 70s down here by Philadelphia, which is just remarkable. But this is just this exceptional warmth will come to an end. It does cool down, if you want to call it cool, for Christmas Day. We are going to have the cold front come through, and we'll have a high pressure build in here on Christmas Day. Let me get back to this image here. High pressure is going to build in here for Christmas Day itself. So we are expecting a nice day for Christmas as far as being dry. The sun's going to be out, still very warm, not quite as warm as the 70s we're getting on Christmas Eve, but it will still be close to 60 degrees in many locations here on Christmas Day. So definitely not feeling like Christmas out there as far as temperatures are concerned. And definitely not feeling like winter this entire week, even with this next cold front coming through. Again, a warm front coming through on Saturday, which could be, we'll still keep temperatures warm at that point. And again on Sunday until this cold front moves through. And even then, it doesn't look like it's going to get really cold by December standards until we get down to a final cold front that's going to come through right around the 29th of this month. So we got quite a ways yet before we get into the colder weather. So the next 7 to 8 days, it looks like we're going to be in this pattern. Cold about another week yet of this very well above normal temperatures before we finally break it and we start heading back down to near normal for this time of year. Eastern PA Weather Authority meteorologist Bobby Martrich, and that is your outlook for December 22nd, 2015. Have a great Tuesday and welcome to winter.